From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Daybreak Drive-In Podcast with Wish TV's Scott Sander. A Wish TV News 8 update.
From Wish TV, I'm Scott Sander with your Daybreak Drive-In for Wednesday, March 23rd. State lawmakers line up a veto vote. Braun walks back interracial marriage comments, and the Colts' new quarterback says this is the only place he wanted to go. Next.
If you're shopping while working, eating, or even listening to this podcast, then you know and love the thrill of a deal. But are you getting the deal and cash back? Rakuten shoppers do. They get the brands they love, savings, and cash back. And you can get it too. Start getting cash back at your favorite stores like Target, Sephora, and even Expedia. Stack sales on top of cash back and feel what it's like to know you're maximizing the savings. It's easy to use, and you get your cash back sent to you through PayPal or check. The idea is simple. Stores pay Rakuten for sending them shoppers, and Rakuten shares the money with you as cash back. Download the free Rakuten app or go to Rakuten.com to start saving today. It's the most rewarding way to shop. That's RAKUTEN. Rakuten.com.
Indiana Senator Mike Braun is taking sharp national criticism for his response to a comment about interracial marriage. In response to a reporter's question about the Supreme Court, states' rights, and the Constitution, Braun answered he would be okay with the Supreme Court leaving the question of interracial marriage to states. Braun later released a statement saying he misunderstood the line of questioning, that the Constitution is clear, and that he condemns racism in all levels. The Speaker of the Indiana House plans to call lawmakers back to the State House at May 24th for a possible veto override vote. The Speaker of the Indiana House plans to call lawmakers back to the State House May 24th for a possible veto override vote. Governor Holcomb rejected the transgender girls' school sports ban, saying the legislation lacks a consistent policy for fairness. Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson is returning to the Senate for a third day of hearings. So far in questioning, skeptical Republicans describe her as soft on crime. Democrats applaud the empathy she has shown as a judge. President Biden leaves today for Europe. It is slated to be a 4-day trip for several meetings with allies. NATO, the European Union, and the G7 nations are all holding summits Thursday. Friday, Biden is scheduled to go to Poland, which has seen millions of Ukrainians flee the war across the shared border between the two countries. The Colts' new quarterback says if he was going to leave Atlanta, Indianapolis is the only place he wanted to go. The comment highlighted the Colts' formal introduction of Matt Ryan Tuesday. Ryan spent the first 14 seasons of his career with the Falcons, guiding them to one Super Bowl and winning an MVP award. Showers and isolated storms are possible throughout the day, with a threat for isolated strong to severe storms in the afternoon and evening hours. Highs should reach the low 60s. From Wish TV, I'm Scott Sander. Be sure to like and subscribe for your daily news updates from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the Daybreak Drive-In Podcast with Wish TV's Scott Sander. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.